We've been focusing a lot on culture building, and anytime there's a change in leadership, there's a new culture. It doesn't necessarily mean that there was anything bad or wrong with the previous culture. It just means that things are different, and so we spend a lot of time working on the new culture in the program.
And culture is a huge thing for football programs.
Absolutely.
Now, how would you say your kids are buying into it now that you're in your second year?
We feel like we've made really big strides. Our players are very energized and excited about the direction that we're going. They value hard work, which is an important thing, and it's been a really good off season for us in the weight room. So.
And can you just discuss the preseason schedule with us?
We've got our hands full. We open with we play 4 of the Southwestern League teams in Marietta Valley, who was, I believe, a semifinalist last year in the West Valley, and then sandwiched in there in the first week, I guess week 0, and then week 1, we play Citrus Hill, who's a state champion, obviously a worthy opponent, and then Vista Marietta, who's also a semifinalist. So we've got our hands full, and then 2 very good up-and-coming Southwest teams in Chaparral and Temecula Valley.
And the kids are pretty excited about that challenge.
Yeah, our players are really focused on us and focused on being better today than we were yesterday and striving to be better tomorrow. They know the challenges that we face, when the season starts rolling, and they're doing everything they can to prepare for that.
I would say every game is important, and sometimes you can overlook, or you can't really overlook anyone. But does your program have a league rival that you can talk to us about? Talk about that rivalry.
I think our league is a rival. In our league, there's a sense that we're among the most competitive football leagues in Southern California. Obviously, Centennial has kind of put us on the map with their success. But we know going into every game that you can't take a night off. Every game is highly competitive, and every team is well coached and has very good players, and has a very legitimate reason to believe going into every game that they have a chance to win. So, I wouldn't say we have a rival. I would say that every time we strap it up, it's a rivalry game for our guys in league.
That's good. And now, with that said, you went into your second year. Have there been any changes in the coaching staff or anything like that, changes in assignments at all?
Maybe just a little reshuffling in terms of how we manage the overall staff. We feel great about our freshman staff. Very high energy group of guys who have a lot of experience coaching and give our young players coming into the program a really good sense of what not only high school football is, but what Santiago high school football is. We've made some adjustments with our JV just in terms of the way that we're going to manage practice and some roles there. And we've added a couple guys on the defensive side of the ball that'll help make us better over there.
Now, just what you're saying that, I've coached before, and the freshmen, income freshmen, those programs, I think a lot of coaches got away from them, how important that is to the program. Can you just touch on it a little bit about why that's so important?
Well, we think the first exposure that players have to our school and obviously to our football program as a part of that should be not just physically challenging, because it should be, because football is a physically challenging game, but also should be very welcoming, and players should, we work really hard to make sure our players feel a sense of camaraderie and buy into the school as a whole. And our freshman staff does a really, really good job with those young guys. They come into the season kind of wide-eyed and excited but uncertain, and I think every player walks out of that freshman football season feeling accepted and feeling energized to continue to be a part of our program, and that's an important thing. We want the kids that come in to want to stay.
Now, do you have any new faces in your program that you can see probably impacting your season?
We don't really benefit from the transfer thing. The new faces are really just guys who have worked really hard in the weight room, and as a result, they look a little bit different, look a little bit more mature, and we have a bunch of them. We have a lot of young men that have worked really, really hard through January. We call it the training season, January to May, and have added weight and have had added strength, and are certainly going to help us in the future. Whether it's the immediate future or later than that, probably isn't yet determined. But we feel really good about our guys.
That's good. That's good. Now, something that's been huge these days is 7-on-7. I just want to, how do you feel? Because there's so many tournaments, and it's almost like a year-round thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel obligated to coach more throughout the year, 12 months of the year, because of the 7-on-7?
Great question, and I've been in this for a really long time. I'm starting my 29th season, and when I first started doing this, I coached 2 sports, and did that for a long time. But the reality is that every sport has become a year-round venture, and so our emphasis really with our coaching staff, myself in particular, but as many of our coaches as we can, is to be year-round as a staff. We do have time down. We actually had a staff golf outing just 2 days ago. We try to work really hard on the unity within our coaching staff. But as far as our players are concerned, I have a 12-month calendar, and I work very hard to make sure that throughout the course of that 12-month calendar, our players have plenty of opportunity for rest and getting away from football. And because we know that there's about 3.5 or 4 months in there that are an absolute 6-day-a-week grind, and you can't get away from that, and that's when you're playing games. We encourage our players to play multiple sports. We hope like heck when we send them away that they're going to come back to us and not get wrapped up in the year-round element of some other sport. But I think if you work hard to make it an engaging and affirming experience for the players, that most of them will find their way back to us and have an opportunity to compete.